back to the OG version of the Daddies. It is me, Jake Lucas. I am with Joe Starkey. I am with Dave Greenstein. We took a week off, but hopefully Zach and Artie have kept you entertained in the meantime. What's up, fellas? Niners got a win, so I'm feeling good. There's a big dark cloud in the room aside from that, but let's start with the Niners.
Yeah, every week we have a new injury report. We should just call this, the Niners Injury Report podcast. Mykel Williams looks like he's out for the season with the ACL injury, I think, right?
Really? After he walked off like that?
No, they don't know that yet. He's going to go in for an MRI.
It's TBD. We'll find out tomorrow, but very well could be out for the season.
Oh, wow.
I mean, Bosa
I
walked
we
off.
Dodged a bullet when he got up, like under his own strength and walked it off.
Yeah, I think Shanahan was alluding to ACL later today. But anyway, I don't want to speak until we know what really is going on. But, I'm sick of that. Every week, whether we win or lose, there's a pending doom in the injury room.
Sunday W's, Monday MRIs.
Yeah.
Especially on the D line. I mean, how many guys can you go through? How many D linemen are now hurt or potentially like?
I think every single one has been injured at one point.
Every starter for sure. I'm thinking like the first two strings now.
Yeah, I think we're like the first seven kind of.
Been 7 or 8 guys.
Yeah.
What the hell?
How would you want to come over to San Francisco and even step on that front four? Anyway, that's just like it's like a landmine over there. You don't want to put them on the red and gold, do you?
I mean, I thank God. I think the secondary has been probably the healthiest bunch, and we got a lot of studs in as DBs. I mean, the defense looked great today after that first drive. They laid down. It looked like it was going to be a long day on the first drive, and then boom. I mean, dominated the rest of the game pretty much. A lot of showing out from Demo, who missed a tackle on the first drive. Bethune. I mean, everyone looked really good. Mykel, who I guess is out for the year, looked good.
Yeah, sure did. I'm not sure how good Jackson Dart's New York Football Giants offense was, though. There were some drops and bad throws, and I'm not sure that was really top tier competition. Next week, we got the old Los Angeles Lambs, so that could be a tough one. That's real competition right there. We'll see how that goes.
Well, the Giants are oft injured too. Their offense is pretty banged up. I mean, they have their stud wideout is out for the year. Their top 2 running backs are out for the year. Their right tackle is out for the year. I noticed there's a new right tackle in there. I mean, so yeah, it's not a great test, but if the Niners are playing decent defense at all, I think that's a win.
Right now, I feel like the Niners running game is their best defense, right? We have a good running game. It's like we're just ticking the time away. Great. Stay off the field defense as long as you can, because the secondary is going to be running around a lot because we have no pass rush or very little. I think we had 1 sack today, which was great.
Farrell.
Yep. But listen, I mean, there's a number of teams left that have pretty poor run defenses that we're going to be up against. And so it's just try and stay healthy everywhere you can and make it up on the run attack. And your boy, Robinson Jr. came in with a few big, tough runs. And I like that look. I love the 2-back monster. Right now, it's just like CMC with a little Robinson on his shoulder. Like, I want to run. I don't know. There's not much there.
I was into that Brian Robinson stuff today. He looked like a real force. Give him the rock.
Seriously, dude, did you see the first carry he had early on? Went for 16 yards. I had him over 16 and a half yards rushing. Didn't get the ball back until the fourth quarter, I believe. And looked amazing. Just the guy looks like one of the best running backs in football. Early on when we were talking about our projections for this team, I said, don't sleep on Brian Robinson Jr. Guy gets, 5 snaps a game. When he does get snaps, look at what he does. The guy is a force. I mean,
Jake, why is Shanahan leaving him out? What is it like? Does he not get the schemes that he's running? Does he not fit into the style? Or I don't understand.
Joe knows.
Yeah, he doesn't. Christian McCaffrey, also pretty good at football, is just a lot more adept at running these like little routes and screens that Shanahan loves so much, and that's really not Brian Robinson's game. But they could kind of mix him in as a yin and yang a little bit on obvious rundowns, running downs. You should put him in and run him up the middle because he runs with force, and I would love to give Christian a little bit of a break. I mean, how many touches does he have again today? 30 something? It's too much.
The guy was getting a carry with a minute and like 8 seconds left. What was that?
2 scores.
What was that?
It was a first down too. Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. And Joe, that's not the answer I was looking for. B-Rob fits very well into this offense. He's a very talented back. He's not Christian McCaffrey. I love Christian McCaffrey leading the way, of course. He doesn't need 97% of the touches.
No.
Obviously, B-Rob is, and they're not doing like twin backs or the slot, like McCaffrey in the slot, like I was saying earlier, with B-Rob in the backfield. I mean, they'll motion McCaffrey out and go empty backfield, but
they seem to be more like it's either A or B. It's not A and B. And I want to mush that PlayStation pad with them together because I haven't seen that look yet. Unless they're saving it and it's like, oh, we got all these plays ready to go. We're gonna last week or two of the playoffs. We're gonna just blow everybody away with this dynamic duo.
Right?
But why wouldn't you practice a few and see what works and what doesn't? It seems weird. It seems like it's either McCaffrey in or Robinson. And I want to see both, just like you're saying, Jake. I think it makes all too much sense to do some sort of split back, run McCaffrey out and then have this little bit of both. But maybe it's just because they like juice in there with CMC. Maybe they have a better rapport. Maybe they know what to do together. I don't know. I don't get it. Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I do think they're very different. I mean, Christian McCaffrey is the best receiving back in the league, and he has a very different skill set than Brian Robinson. Whether they can play together, like, have Robinson instead of Juice in there, maybe there's something to that. I don't quite know enough to tell you, but I'd love to give more touches to Brian Robinson, whether that's Christian in the game or out of the game. Just, he looks like he can handle some good a lot of carries. I mean, he's not getting more than 5 carries a game. He's returning kickoffs, and he looks great. I think he took one back about 45 yards today.
Yeah, I mean, 4th, right? Or maybe it's the 3rd, but yeah, late. He was he had a very impressive kickoff return.
Yeah, he didn't run that return back like a typical guy, a return guy where you're being elusive. He was trying to run over guys or through guys or over, literally.
Debo-esque.
Yeah.
And I think there's something going on with our offensive line where it looks like we're starting to open up the middle a little bit. And I think that will allow more opportunities for Robinson to come in the game, because there was a lot early in the year. It just looked like a brick wall, even when McCaffrey was trying to find something. Now he's squirting through for 10 yards often. So I think they figured something out. And I also noticed there was a new left guard in there. I'm not sure what that was. Connor Colby got injured and they put that number 74 guy in there. But I don't know. They looked good today. Mac looked good. Juwan Jennings had some nice catches. The offense was flowing nicely.
Wasn't 74 Staley's number?
It sure was.
So that, I mean, you can't give some rando 74. I don't like when they do that.
Yeah, I don't know. By the way, I was watching the Sharks game. Why is everybody in the 70s? You got Macklin 70. They got there's like 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. All the best players are in the 70s. Usually,
that has to be influenced by someone. There's an old school guy that was who is that? Was Messier ever in the 70s?
He's 11. I don't get the 70 business.
Iserman? No, he was low, right?
I don't.
Gordie Howe?
9. I think Gordie Howe's 9.
That's good knowledge.
Ferris Bueller. What's the buddy's name in Ferris Bueller? He's wearing a Gordie Howe jersey. That's how I know.
Yeah.
Barry Zito had 75.
I was gonna say that. Succession. Bueller's buddy. What's his
Yeah.
I know his name in real life. I'm not it's not coming to my head right now. But Camilo Doval, that's a 70s number. Maybe they are big Tranquilo Camilo fans on the show. Right?
Yeah. By the way, did you guys see that? Speaking of 70, some guy almost hit a 70-yard field goal, 68-yard field goal in the Raiders Jaguars game. The game is changing. It's crazy. And Eddie Pinheiro didn't miss a step. Still,
dude, that low liner he kicked was something else. What was that?
Must have been going a million miles an hour.
That was a deep kick.
That was wild. I don't know how it stayed above ground. It just kept going.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of deal with the devil we're making here with Eddie Pinheiro, but the balls just keep going through the uprights.
That looked like Mark McGuire's 62nd home run. Yeah. Remember that thing?
Yeah.
Just low liner over the left field.
Never got higher than 15 feet off the ground.
Very undramatic.
Everything else he did. Yeah.
I think it's becoming fairly obvious that he is the player of the year for the 49ers right now. I mean, you can say everything you want to say about Mac Jones and everybody else in CMC, but the reality is the guy comes in, our kicking game is terrible. It continues to put us in this horrible momentum of us losing games. And all of a sudden we're in every game this year because this guy's hitting a kick. That you just assume
that's enough, Dave. That's enough. We can't give the kicker the MVP. We have the literal MVP on the team of the National Football League in Christian McCaffrey. Have you watched what this guy does? Because this is amazing. Can't give it to Eddie.
I'm not being serious, but I'm being a little bit. I'm playing.
I think you might be serious.
Take me too literal. But the guys coming in with
canned fruit. Why would you eat fruit from a can? I get it if you're like in the military or something. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. No. I just think it's a pretty phenomenal change for the Niners to see this level of kicking. I haven't seen this good since Robbie Gould, and even he couldn't kick it beyond 47 yards.
No, I think he's better than Gould. I mean, in a small sample size. Papa used to love to remind everyone that Gould missed a couple big kicks in the regular season, but he didn't miss in the playoffs. So, we'll see if Eddie kind of shows up then. I have nothing but confidence in that guy. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Love his story. Love everything about him. The guy's a stud. I just, I hope ICE doesn't try to get him.
Just stay off the defensive line there, Eddie. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on the Niners? I mean, there's so much to talk about. Mac Jones was money today. Like he started out 12 for 12 or something around there. I mean, he made every pass he needed to make. He was impressive. He kind of eluded pass rushers at times. What is there not to like about this game?
I actually there's one play that stood out to me is when McCaffrey was battling to try and pick up the last half a yard for a first down, and he comes running in behind and gives the last shoulder to try and push McCaffrey. I think they already have the first down, but it's just the style of play. He's a football player. He's not just a quarterback. He's a football player. I think that's what I really loved watching on Mac Jones. And it's becoming a bit of a problem because us enjoying Mac Jones doesn't make us feel like we got to see Brock anytime soon, even though Brock's done a lot of good things over the years for us in the short, couple three.
Brock's done nothing wrong, but I want nothing to do with Brock Purdy right now. I just want to keep Mac Jones on the field as long as the bum leg will keep him on the field.
I mean, we were in attendance for one of Brock's 2 starts.
Didn't look good. He was throwing little muffins into the secondary, and he didn't have the feel for it. He was warming up on the sideline the entire time. He did not look great.
You can see those picks coming from a mile away.
Yeah, no zip, none whatsoever. So I love you, Brock. I hope you get better and take as much time as you need, because we don't need to see you injuring your. What's his contract, $250 million contract, whatever it is. We don't need you, messing that up and injuring your foot further. Let's just keep Mac in there as long as he can. I don't really want to see Adrian Martinez. I don't want to go that far, but as long as Mac can throw, he looks great, man. He takes that 3-step drop and boom, he finds somebody. Can you imagine when we got even more healthy Kittle and maybe a Ricky Pearsall coming down, and more healthy
and
John
Ayuk?
I mean, this could be an offensive juggernaut.
might be Herbert to what's his face from Cal. That's a horrible example. Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen,
Or might be Burrow to Chase, something like that. That's a better example. Mac has a cannon, dude. And if Ayuk comes back half of what he was, imagine that connection.
I mean, just what Ricky Pearsall was doing in preseason and early in the season, he looked good. Even a more healthy Juwan Jennings today looked good. I think this offense has room to grow.
They do. And they looked really good today. And I thought they would. So let's talk my wagers. I had
this segment is brought to you by Simon Knight.
There you go. Edward Jones, correct?
That's right.
Correct.
I saw a little office for Edward Jones on Solano. I doubt it's Simon's, but it's his brethren. And Simon knows how to invest money. The guy, what was that stock he made a killing in? And he gave us some tips on that one. Come on, help me out here.
NVIDIA.
There you go. He told me about Tesla like 8 years ago.
Jake decided to put it on the Bills.
No, seriously, guys. If you need to invest your money, invest it wisely. Not with Joe Flannery, with Simon Knight.
So it says the guy who's investing all his money in Brian Robinson overs, but
right. So I've made 2 Brian Robinson bets this year, over 12.5 yards against Atlanta. That covered real easy. And 16.5 today. The guy had 1 carry, 16 yards. Didn't see him again until the fourth quarter, so I was stressing a little bit. But it ended up hitting, obviously. And Juwan Jennings, actually, I lost on. He had 41 yards, I think, in the first quarter and a half. He had to hit 50.5. Didn't see the ball again. But McCaffrey hit both those overs. Anyway, player props is what Jake's good at, not game bets.
That's true.
That's
true. You know the guys. You know what guys are capable of. You know who's showing up that day.
Yeah, you saw me in the Super Bowl last year. That was incredible.
That was something else. We'll have to repost that video in early February in 2026.
That was amazing. Sure. That was the best win I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, you scared the shit out of your son.
DeAndre Hopkins getting a garbage time touchdown made me a lot of money.
Speaking of children, how was Halloween for y'all?
It was great for me. Suzanne, my wife, put together some amazing costumes for us. I came up with the costume concept. Adrian has some lovely blonde hair and has a very Macaulay Culkin look, so we went Home Alone. Kevin McAllister drove the bus. We were the Wet Bandits. Suzanne put together some flaming hair, which was really realistic, especially at night. I had an iron on my face, tarantula crawling up my neck. And Suzanne's mom was here, and she was the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2. So, and we even had Coco, my dog, was Buzz's girlfriend. Woof.
Woof. Perfect.
That was creative as hell.
Yeah.
I like
well
that.
done.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, my wife enjoyed those costumes because she's a big Home Alone fan.
Awesome.
My favorite holiday movie, one of my favorite holiday movies these days, Home Alone. Kids love it. I get to keep watching it every year now.
Adrian ate her first Halloween candy, a Mounds. She pushed it through the wrapper, just all the way through, and she was wildly bonkers. It was almost like she was drunk. It is weirdest behavior, and then she just crashed super hard. So those things have a lot of sugar in them, no doubt.
Favorite Halloween candy, Dave? What do you got?
Reese's. It's just
the cup.
The cup.
Yeah. The cup is cut. The cup.
So many variations now of Reese's.
There are, and I'm not a fan of them when they start going wafer and stuff. Like I like just the classic original. Just
Nutrageous, outrageous, Take 5.
You ever have 100 grand? I'm a big 100 grand fan. If you ever find one of those.
I know 100 grand.
The one that's like surprising me, I'm just pillaging all my children's Halloween candy because they can't eat it. I've got a dentist appointment coming up. The Kit Kat. I would never buy a Kit Kat at a store. Never. Why would I buy a Kit Kat? But I sneak a little sneak it out of the pumpkin jar, and have a Kit Kat, and I'm pretty happy about what's going on. You know, little snap. It's no caramel sloshing around in your mouth. It's just a nice, clean adventure with the Kit Kat.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about myself when I have one because it seems like it's low calorie for for chocolate. Funny Kit Kat story is we had to cruise a bunch of gas stations on the way to the Hank Williams Jr. show. Me, Alex Dragos, and Big Pete. Big Pete was on the hunt for a churro flavored Kit Kat, and we had to stop everywhere for him.
Oh
to
God.
find it.
Why? And why that why is that? Is that a thing?
Apparently he's a Kit Kat aficionado. I don't know. We were dumbfounded, but I don't think he found it either.
I like all the classic stuff. Don't give me all this like white chocolate business. I don't even like the shapes with the Halloween shapes. Just give me the standard fun size and we're good to go.
I am very happy that the Tootsie Roll has pretty much gone extinct because that was one of the worst candies ever. And still today, I believe is. I don't see it anymore. Candy corn still alive and well, still makes its appearance in Halloween. I don't like candy corn that much because it's so sugary. But I like it for the theming of orange and white and how Halloween feel.
Yeah, classic color combination.
Okay,
sure. Jake, what's your go-to? You're not really a sugary sweet guy, right? That's more of Lychee's realm.
Oh, I mean, she's the queen of sweets. I get her. All the candies you guys have talked about, she has an opinion on all of them. She's like that Texas Tech Mike Leach, if you know that interview where he names off his favorite candies. You should put that on the audio pod. It's amazing.
Right.
It's like, well, I like, nerds are okay, but the new nerds that are the nerds clusters are really good. I could go for Almond Joy's good. Not a Mounds guy. I like the almonds. But anyway, that was a halftime interview from college football great Mike Leach.
Yeah, I'm just not into any of the sour, sweet, although the Skittle stuff. The Skittles are okay, but all the Laffy Taffies and the nerds and all the stuff getting stuck in your teeth.
You don't shake your Laffy Taffy on Halloween there, Joe?
I don't shake my Laffy Taffy at all. So my son Hudson is just exploring all this stuff for the first time, and this nice lady gave him a I think it's called like a fun dip. It's basically it's like a stick you lick and you put in a pouch of sugar.
That's one of the oldest things ever.
I know. Yeah. Well, I forgot it. I don't know. I forget. But it's crazy. You're just sticking a stick of sugar in your mouth. It's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, that's
to smoke bubble gum cigarettes and have a fun dip on the side. Richmond liquor stores had all that shit.
Yeah, then he lost his damn mind for like 20 minutes. And then
we went to Josephine Street in Berkeley. I don't know. Are you guys familiar? It's off Cedar, or Cedar intersects it. Probably 5 blocks north of me. They closed down the streets. It's nuts. But there's a guy who's notorious for giving out like king size Kit Kats, as we discussed. And Mila got her a king sized Kit Kat.
King size Kit Kat.
Wow.
Is that like
it was huge. It looked like a Costco candy bar.
It's bananas.
Oh.
Yeah, you get the fun size, and then you feel like you really hit the gold mine with the regular size candy bar. And you're telling me there's a king size that they're coming home with?
Yeah. And I handed out like Trader Joe's chocolates. Have you seen those? The Halloween Trader Joe's ones. They're pretty big. They're pretty thick. But I was, it was a whole thing. We ran out, and I was like, okay, we got to turn the damn lights off. Okay. Yeah.
Do you guys have a pretty good turnout around your area? Because you guys are pretty densely packed little homes over there in Berkeley.
We did, surprisingly, yeah.
Yeah. We have one
we weren't
street
there for a lot of it, but we left out some candy, said take one. It was all gone when we got back. They come in packs, dude. There's a lot of the like 10, 12-year-olds really roll deep.
Yeah, the old take one bucket thing. That stresses me out. I'm just, I don't need the candy. I don't want any candy left. But I just know that there's like 4 people coming by, and there's like 3 little girls taking one candy each, And then there's one like pack of like 12-year-olds just swooping and put it in their pillowcase and heading out of here. That's what's happening.
What was your preferred carrying vessel? Were you like the little orange bucket till you were 7? Did you go straight to the pillowcase as soon as you figured out that was an option? How'd you guys roll?
That's right. I graduated from the orange bucket to the pillowcase, and then I had to retire.
You know, I was recalling when I was like 8 or 9. I was a really tall kid. Somebody asked for candy. An older person at the door said, "Oh, it's the hooded teenager," and I was like 9 years old, and I was wearing a costume with a hood or something, and that really hurt me, and I stopped trick or treating after that.
Yeah, they don't get. I mean, were you when you saw a big bowl of candy with a take one sign? How many did you take?
Me?
Yeah, you, Joe, you guys just one? Were you guys
Usually,
like,
yeah,
I'm taking a handful?
I never went with like friends. It was just me and my sister and my mom. And I stopped early, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
That's too bad.
No. Should we jump into the big topic of the pod tonight? Should we set it up here, Jake?
Well, I mean, there's still what is it?
Oh man, yeah, Dave, go ahead. Give us a little background.
Well, listen, I mean, as much as I want to talk about the Warriors choking 2 games in a row, which we can certainly do, there was also an incredible Game 7 World Series, which I know we didn't want to see, especially Jake. But when you see a Game 7, when a Game 7 comes up, you have to watch. Anybody who loves sports has to see how a Game 7 is going to turn out, because there is much more story to that series, especially when it comes in a World Series. And so I wanted to kind of, we're planning to do a draft tonight, picking our top Game 7s. And I wanted to kind of, touch on the World Series a bit.
I was going to say, I'm a little nervous talking about this subject with Jake. Since he's not here, maybe I'll speak more freely. But, I'm more of a neutral party with this whole Dodger Blue Jay game. I got spurned in my first year of being a true fan in 1988 when the famous Kirk Gibson home run happened, and have been reminded of it every year of my life many times. So I don't love the Dodgers by any stretch, but I don't hate them like you guys do and most of the Giants fans. So I feel like I was a little bit more of a neutral party, loving the idea of a Game 7. I was rooting for the Dodgers to win Game 6, so there could be a Game 7, because a Game 7 is special. You get the World Series every year. You don't get a Game 7 every year. Maybe every few years you get a Game 7.
It feels like there's been quite a few lately. I was kind of looking back at the history a bit, and over the last about decade and a half, there's been a lot of Game 7s in the World Series, which always felt like you were walking in and seeing the Yankees stomp somebody, or there was just one team that was head shoulders above better. And now I feel like the parity in a World Series is becoming a lot better. Even when there seems to be one dominant team, there's just, for whatever reason, more that goes into evening out and creating a bit more of a, anyone can win this.
Yeah.
It's baseball too. So
we'll get into it here a little bit, but there have been a lot of amazing Game 7s in the World Series. And last night was no exception. It was incredible.
Is that an Amish man?
Yeah.
That's who I was for Halloween.
Jake doesn't want us to forget about his true love.
That's who I was for Halloween.
Yeah.
All right, go on. Talk about your Game 7.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to trudge through Jake's evil eye, but it
was on easy against Toronto. Go ahead.
It was an incredible game. Toronto had it 4-2, and then I think that was like in the 7th, 8th inning, and Muncy pulled out a home run, made it 4-3, and then it got into the 9th inning, and we're all counting to see if Shohei is going to get it in at bat. He's going to be potentially the last at bat. So it came down to the 9th hitter, Mykel Rojas, worked a full count, and
he was wearing a very nice choker too, like a bejeweled, dazzling.
Yeah, very exciting jewelry all across the board from the Dodgers. Bizarre blue plus sign thing looking. I don't know, but this guy Mykel Rojas had, from what I can tell, the second most impactful at bat in Major League history. So the percentage chance of winning the game went up more than any other time in baseball history, except for one other time when Miguel Rojas hit a home run to tie the game in the 9th inning. So it was a wild ride. And then Shohei was up next, and then he didn't get it done and went to extra innings, and all hell broke loose. It just kept getting crazier.
Yeah. I think one of the things that made the Rojas at bat so just crazy is he's not that great. I mean, he's okay. He's not the guy you're thinking is going to do that. And that's where like the World Series is pretty phenomenal. Is there's the guys who come out of the woodwork who you don't expect, and then they have an amazing series where they do one particular thing that just kind of blows your mind. And the Yasavage or Yasad or however you pronounce his name, the fact that he gave up a home run, but then what I couldn't get over is just the Yamamoto pitching after pitching the day before and throwing 97 pitches and coming in, and he had his velocity, which you could kind of expect a guy would, but he was hitting like corners and making pitches. And it's like, this guy is just, he's too fucking good. How can he be this good? And,
you know what,
it's
Dave?
unfair.
He was the number one coveted pitcher in all of the world in baseball.
Yeah.
And he has the richest contract of any pitcher in baseball history.
Yeah,
he's still a human being.
But going back to Dave's thing, I think even with all the Dodgers stuff that you're going to harp on here, Jake, about their
tell me what I'm going to harp on.
Their ridiculous contracts and how they bought a World Series more or less, but it still comes down to guys. Still comes down to guys like Miguel Rojas and
which is
Ernie
pathetic.
Clement.
Why does it come down to him?
He did it. They would have lost. I'm pretty damn sure 99% if he didn't do that.
Why in God's name is Hoffman the closer for the Blue Jays? He's like a veteran, or he's like a, what do you call it? A vagabond, a hobo of baseball. He's barely had a full season. He's 32 years old. Why is he now the closer of the Toronto Blue Jays in the World Series? He's barely stayed in the big leagues for his entire career. He's just had a cup of coffee here, a cup of coffee there. He's been on like 5 teams. And we praise the Dodgers for getting through to that guy. How is he in that position in the first place? Why is he the closer? Looked like he was from El Sobrani.
There's definitely some questionable plays, questionable decisions by the Blue Jays. And that's one of them. I don't know.
Okay. For me, the thing that stands above anything else is Connor Falefa not getting a secondary lead off third base for the game-winning run.
Base running was horrible.
That was.
It's not just that, Joe. How do you not run through home plate on the play at home? He slides. He's out by a half an inch. If you run through like first base, there's no one slides at first base. He's safe. He's safe.
What about
the game is over.
Limping in the first inning to second, just assuming Vlad got a walk? What about the 18 inning game where 10 guys got shot at the plate?
It was high drama, and you know what? It was super ass interesting. I couldn't believe it. The Ernie Clement, I thought he was good. Had the game-winning hit there, and you had Kiki Hernandez wandering back like he was going to do Willie Mays Hayes basket catch, no look, and he just gets destroyed by Pages to save the game.
That was bullshit.
Wild.
I enjoyed that.
That was
Pages is a Dodger draft pick, I believe. So I'll give him credit.
He was like a free safety just running through a wide receiver.
He's like, the pick. This needs to be caught, and I know I'm going to catch it. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm going to catch this.
Yeah, that was wild, man. Yeah, the whole thing was just nuts. So, I mean, if you go back and look at the 150-year, or it's since 1903, so 100 almost 22 years of World Series history, this game had some of the most dramatic moments. 4 of the top 16 highest leverage plays in World Series history just last night. So, I mean, and then, like I said, that Miguel Rojas had increased the winning percentage chance more than any other play except one other. So it
what
was
the Blue Jays winning percentage chance when there was an out and it was the bottom of the 9th. and they were up a run. What was their percentage?
Like 99.9.
Oh no, they were they were like closing in on it. They're like 5% away.
Certainly wasn't the at bat we expected. Would be the slight percentage point they didn't end up capturing. I mean,
who's the real thick kid with the longer hair? Barger.
Oh, that guy's great.
Barger hit like 500. He was amazing. Ernie was amazing.
ABs.
Vlad was amazing.
Vlad was amazing.
Yeah, that
double down the line was also incredible to start off the extra innings there.
They left so many guys on base.
And then I thought Vlad ended the game too. He just barely missed that home run to center field. I mean, there were so many times it was almost over.
All right, now let's get into it, Jake. You hate Kershaw. You love Madison Bumgarner. You find them to be kind of the two parallels to some degree between the Giants and the Dodgers over a decade.
I'll go. Give me 1 minute before that.
Okay.
I just want to say Yamamoto was incredible. I thought Dave Roberts was like, okay, let's give this guy a Tommy John. And he kept him in there for how long? Like
3 innings.
2 and 2/3.
Okay.
He
threw Snell back in there. I hate Snell's guts. Ugh. Anyway, okay.
He had all 4 starters in there. Ohtani, Glass, Snell, and Yamamoto.
The Yamamoto postseason performance is arguably the greatest performance of all time.
He won MVP, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I would expect him to have a great postseason performance. He's the highest paid pitcher of all time. So
he pitched like it, man. He just did anything he wanted to.
That's the part that I think is hard for us Giants fans to eat and swallow, is that the Dodgers are paying top dollar for players and getting every last penny out of them. And we're paying top dollar for players and getting decent.
Well, it's really frustrating also when they're like secondary guys who aren't paid well are the guys who come through and win everything, like Rojas or Pages or Max Muncy was a Farhan guy, dude. He leads the Dodgers franchise in home runs.
He has the most postseason home runs. He just passed Babe Ruth.
In all of baseball?
Yes.
Is that one coming?
All right. Well, here we go. Make sure you cut this. This is going to be good.
Cut it as its own clip or cut it out because it's that good?
No, its own clip. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. I'm a Giants fan. Okay, a San Francisco Giants fan. We are one of the top 5 teams market-wise in Major League Baseball. I am not mad at the LA Dodgers for utilizing their bankroll and paying players. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Take a note, Giants. However, when it comes to what's near and dear to my heart as a fan of baseball, as a fan of, you have your favorite players, you have your legends in your franchise. My legend is Madison Bumgarner, as far as the playoffs are concerned. Madison Bumgarner went out and gave us 7 innings strong on the reg every time his name was called his entire postseason career with the Giants. Sometimes complete games, sometimes shutouts. Dave, pull up the numbers of Mad Bum's postseason. I don't need to quote stats because this is what I feel. This is ingrained in me. Madison Bumgarner is a feeling. His legend is a vibe. It's like it gets inside your bones. He created something that is really hard to describe in the Giants' lore and history. And he was always compared to Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw is one of the greatest regular season pitchers in the history of baseball. Maybe the best left-handed pitcher of all time, especially the longevity and numbers he has in an era where offense was, huge for a while. nothing but props to Clayton Kershaw, except in the playoffs, and that's where it counts. He's has a borderline 5 ERA in the postseason. Okay, and now Madison Bumgarner's 3 World Series titles are going to be compared to Clayton Kershaw having 3 World Series titles officially, technically. But let's look at those. He has one in 2020. They played a 60-game season. He was good that year, sure. So was Dominic Smith, MVP candidate. Kershaw, congrats on your World Series after a 60-game season in a neutral park. I think they played every game in Texas. Okay. And Justin, who's the redhead? He gave everyone COVID.
Justin Turner.
Turner, who was a damn good player and a good playoff player. Clayton Kershaw, your second World Series that Dodgers fans claim you weren't on the roster. He was inactive. He pitched 4 games or 5 games all season. And he wasn't on the roster. Do we credit Matt Cain in, I think, 2014? Yeah, he wasn't on the roster. Barry Zito in 2010 wasn't on the roster. Pablo in 2010, I count those rings, but he wasn't on the roster in the World Series. So Kershaw wasn't good enough to make the Dodgers roster last year, yet they count his ring. This year, he faced 1 goddamn batter in the World Series. 1. So you're telling me he has 3 rings?
Oh man.
And the one batter he faced should have taken a couple of balls, and it would have been
almost walked him in to end the game.
Oh, that would have been very sweet for you.
Clayton Kershaw, you are a joke. Regular season, you're one of the best ever. Postseason, you're a joke. Any Dodgers fan who comes at me with Clayton Kershaw has 3 rings? Seriously? Go fuck yourself.
All right, ready for the Madison Bumgarner postseason stats?
Oh, I am.
And his case for why he should be considered a Hall of Famer, and probably will be. 8-3 with a 2.11 ERA and 102 innings. 3 complete game shutouts, including the 5-inning save in Game 7 against the Kansas City Royals, which was the best pitching performance I'd ever seen until maybe I saw Yamamoto. But the difference being that, to your point, Jake, the vibe, the fact that he came in with that much game left, and you're just like, when are they going to take him out? And he just kept coming out and just brutalizing the Royals. Like, they just didn't know how to get a hit. It was, it's why it's one of the greatest World Series Game 7s of all time.
Yeah. Well, give me his World Series stats, because I think his World Series ERA is 0.25.
That I'll have to look up next.
Okay. Well, anyway, I can do it quick. Don't look at chat GYP. Joe, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Jake, I think your case for Madison Bumgarner being a better postseason pitcher than Clayton Kershaw is in very safe territory. I don't think anybody would venture to go there.
No, as a Giants fan, it's already happening that Dodgers fans are saying Clayton is a 3-time.
I don't think that's the case. Clayton Kershaw, a very good pitcher. He had an unfortunate postseason run. I think that's going to go down in his record book.
But anybody who says that, Jake, isn't really a baseball fan, doesn't really know the game. And so giving them any air, they're just mouth breathers, as you've said. And you know that. You know that as well as anybody. But
Well,
it's not like
that's
it's
a
not
lot
like
of
sports,
Dodgers fans.
Yeah, but it's not like there's not as many as you'd think anymore. And they're mostly probably, the other side of the Pacific.
I mean, did you guys see that he was warming up last night in that game?
For sure.
I mean, could you imagine if that kept going and they had to put that guy in there? It would have been a beatdown. Honestly, I was feeling embarrassed for him when he came in that extra inning game, like the 13th inning. And then if he was warming up last night, I'm like, oh, don't do this to this guy. It's enough. It's enough. Get him out of there. It is kind of funny that they lingered with him for all this time. I mean, his swan song is over. It's like, goodbye. He admitted he can't play in the major leagues anymore. Why is he still suiting up? Get him out of there.
He's done.
Guy
This
has
is
a
his last
career
year.
4.62 ERA in the playoffs.
Not a clutch pitcher. What can you do?
I mean, that's just like the mark of such a huge head case because he was so good his whole career.
And you think about it, I assume 2017 with a very close World Series. Had he performed a little bit better, they could have won that one.
He gave up so like on genuine teams that didn't have a $800 million payroll or whatever the hell it is, or $1 billion.
So Dave, we're talking about drafting the best Game 7s today, huh?
I think it's time. I think it's time for us to put our Hum Daddy's touch on the greatest 7 gamers that we can recall.
After this quick stat, guys. Sorry.
Sure. No.
Mad Bum World Series career 4-0 with a .25 ERA in 36 innings.
You want to see that guy pitching in the World Series. There's very few who may be able to say they have a better World Series record in anything other than, maybe Mariano Rivera has got some numbers, but he's a closer, so it's going to be a difference.
He's definitely the certified best pitcher of all time in the World Series right now. 4-0 with a .25.
And he did a lot of that work against the Royals. He owned them.
Every World Series the Giants had, I remember his rookie year, lights out. I think it was 7 scoreless.
Well, now you got to worry about Yamamoto. Yikes.
Fuck you, man.
Yamamoto's got it on both sides. He can do it during the regular season, and he clearly can do it in the postseason.
Fisher should have signed him.
God, should have. So let's do this.
Let's line it up. Who wants to take first pick? Jake, you
I
take
will.
first pick.
Mad Bum, Royals, Game 7, 2014.
All right. That one is crossed off my list. Joe.
I watched that with you, Dave, 2014 Game 7, and watching Alex Gordon run around to third base looking like he could potentially have an inside the park home run was, I don't know, my heart was pumping. That was wild times.
Yeah.
We were in the Mission and they're burning couches after the game. Yeah.
It was bonkers. The double play ball that was turned by on the glove flip by Joe Panic was just such a special. That's the reason why I actually also like this World Series. There were some fantastic throws, plays that are just bang bang. So many of them.
Great D.
I love great D in the World Series. I feel like that's what really separates watching any level of baseball, and so to see it in the World Series in big time situations, it makes it that much more enjoyable to watch.
Dude, Varsho had a diving play with the bases loaded off of Teoscar Hernandez last night. That saved 3 runs right there.
And he has no arm. He's out there because of his speed. It was a phenomenal play by Varsho. Yeah, good call, Joe.
Dave, you want number 2?
You take number 2.
All right, number 2, 2016 Cubs Indians Game 7. It went to extra innings, and there was a rain delay after 9 innings. And think about those 2 teams, the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago Cubs. Neither one had won a World Series in over 50 years and more than that. So that was a wild one. And then you had Rajay Davis down 2 in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
He had worked a 2-2 count or something off of Aroldis Chapman. He was choking up like Barry Bonds, way high in the choke up, and lined it over the left field fence there at the Jake, and enough to tie the ball game up. And
it's a very similar swing to Rojas. It was a very similar at bat to Rojas.
Yeah,
as far as a player,
totally reminded me of Rojas,
ex-Giant,
exactly.
Rajay Davis.
I know.
I say too.
And so,
go ahead.
Then for me, it was wild. The game stopped after 9 innings because of a fucking rain delay. They go into the clubhouse thinking about what we're going to do in extra innings in Game 7 of the World Series in the fucking 10th inning. And they come out there, and I think Ben Zobrist had a really crucial double that put put them ahead, and Cubs closed it out.
Joe, I was in San Francisco watching that game. I think Tristan and I, when they tied it up, like, we got to go to a bar. This is just too good of a game. And because of the rain delay, we were able to like work our way down to like the bus stop or somewhere down in the marina, or like it was awesome. Then we got to watch the finishing touches. Cool moment for the Cubs.
Dude, I was in an Uber on my way to a Kanye concert at the Inglewood Forum, watching on my phone with a friend of mine. I'll never forget that. I saw the Rajay home run in the back of an Uber. Like, this is, it streamed successfully on my phone, which was great. But
yeah,
then
Rajay had another hit in the bottom half of the inning after they were down 2 to make it 8-7, and they obviously ended up losing. But Rajay was like going to be the hero, the savior in Cleveland.
Oh my god, he was so close. Cool. Yeah, I was all in on the Cubs in 2016. I bought a refundable Southwest ticket to go to Chicago, just in case they went to the World Series when the playoffs started. So there was still a month to go. And lo and behold, they got in, and I went to Chicago, and I didn't go to a game because it was $1,000 or something. But just going around Wrigleyville and going to all the bars, it was amazing. You could just hear the crowd anytime they scored. You could hear from blocks away. You could hear the whole Wrigleyville erupt. It was just, and you've never seen so much gear in your life. These people in Chicago are bananas. They're real sports fans.
Yeah, I saw a shirt they made. Very offensive.
I'd like to know what you're talking about. Why don't you just tell me what movie you want to watch?
Back in 2009, or yeah, whatever,
All right. Well, that was a good one, Joe. Those were up there for me as well. I'm gonna take 2012 Giants over Cardinals. NLCS, because that was the most captivating series I'd ever seen. We've talked about it before in this pod, so I won't go into great detail, but the Marco Scutaro moments, the Barry Zito, pitching display, all of these moments for that Giants team all came in full force in that series. And I specifically had stopped watching baseball games in San Francisco because every time I went into the city, they lost. And I was living in San Francisco at the time, and I was like, I'm gonna just leave and not watch in San Francisco. And sure enough, I played my little game there, and they took Game 7, and off we went to the World Series and swept the Tigers. So it was an awesome series. Love that moment for that club. It's my favorite Giants team of all time.
Was Game 7? Was that just like a beat down, 9-0 or something? I can't remember.
It was a beat down. Yeah. I mean, the Game 7 itself was a little little lackluster, but it was because of the fact that they were down 3-1 and came roaring back, and winning it in the rain. And it was more the magic of the moment than it was the actual game itself, but pretty amazing. Yeah. Anyway, that's more me being a Giants fan than it being
that's
Game
good.
7.
I'm going to go Jack Morris for the Twins in 91.
Good one.
Put the team on his back through 10 innings of shutout ball, which is up there with any, World Series or playoff pitching performance ever. So that Twins 91 team I liked a lot. Brandon Walsh was a big fan, so that made me a big fan.
At age 7, strong ties.
That was John Smoltz, Jack Morris, 0-0 through 9 innings.
Yeah, and it went 10. I remember. It's rare you get two guys to go 9 or 10 against each other. I remember Carlos Zambrano, and I think was it Matt Morris doing it against each other, Cubs versus Cardinals in the regular season game I watched, which was one of the best pitched games I've ever seen. Just want to throw that out there because
that's a good recollection. I think I remember that one on ESPN highlight.
Zambrano
went 10, right? And
Zambrano won, I believe. They both went 10, or maybe one of them went 11. It was insane.
And it's more modern, which, that doesn't happen at all anymore. I guess modern to me is 20 years ago. And Pedro went 10 scoreless and got pulled in a game once. But anyway, yeah, that Jack Morris one.
Oh, that was a great series. Also, love the game 6 when Kirby Puckett had the game-winning home run, had a
Classic.
giant catch against the plexiglass.
Mhm.
Love that 91 Twins team. That was fun.
Yeah.
My pick here is going to be the 2001 Yankees D-backs. Game 7, the D-backs snuck it out 3-2. It's 2-1 going into the 9th inning against Mariano Rivera. There's a 3-1. Were they done 1 or 2? I think they were down 2 runs to Mariano Rivera.
No, were they?
Yeah.
I don't want to speak on it. I haven't watched it.
Okay, I need a fact check. They were down at least 1 run, and I
Just
remember
remember Lugo in his veins.
there was like a sack bunt.
I think they were down
and
1. They scored 2.
There was a sack bunt, and then Mario Rivera threw it to Jeter, and he couldn't quite cover it correctly. And then Tony Womack had this double down the right field line to tie it. And then they had juiced up Luis Gonzalez. They brought the infield in, and he like nubbed one over the shortstop and won the game. But that whole series was bananas. So if you think about it, you had the Yankees had won 3 World Series in a row, 98, 99, 2000, and they're steamrolling in for their 4th freaking title in a row. And it was right on the back of 9/11, right? This is 2001. And they had miraculously won game 4 and 5. Tino Martinez had this crazy home run. And then Derek Jeter was Mr. November because they had extended the series into November because of 9/11, I think. Yep. And then you had Scott Brocious, of all people, my XA, had that crazy home run against Young Kim. I was babysitting at the time, and there was this, I was in San Diego in college. This, young girl, I was babysitting my friend's family friend, and she was sitting in my lap. And Scott Brocious hit that home run. I jumped up, and she like went flying on the couch. I felt so bad, but I was just like, I was overcome by how crazy. I was rooting against the Yankees for sure, but it was just so wild, that game, that whole series. Anyway.
Yeah, it was because the D-backs came out and jumped on them, won the first 2 at home, and then the Yankees had all that lore with 9/11, won 3 in New York, and then they came back, but it was the Schilling Randy Johnson combination.
Yeah, more pitching heroics, right?
Yeah, Matt Williams was on that team with Steve Finley, Mark Grace. It was like all the throwback national leaguers that you kind of remember from like 10 years earlier at the tail end of their career. Were kind of all coming together on that D-backs team. So even though they were in the same division as us and I didn't like them that much, I was definitely rooting for the D-backs over the Yankees.
Oh, yeah. Everybody was. And I think that was the first time I remember the starting pitchers like Schilling and Randy Johnson coming in to just, the starters can just like come in and be a closer too? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. A good call. That's a good one.
Yeah. It's a classic.
Which one do I go with next? I'll go for some game. I don't remember the game super well, but the series where Jimmy Butler takes down the Celtics almost by himself in the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals. They're a number 8 seed, and the Celtics are all hot. Everyone loves the Celtics this, Celtics that, and Jimmy Butler does what Jimmy Butler does best, which is quiets everybody down and just, took over and put a bunch of fear behind the Celtics ever seeing him again in a playoff series. And that was awesome. And it made me root. So I was like rooting so hard last year for the Warriors to end up getting in against the Celtics in the finals, just because I wanted to see that that pairing again, because of that and the lure of Jimmy Butler over the Celtics.
Nice. Yeah, I was thinking another one with the Celtics. I was a huge Paul Pierce fan, but they had a game 7 that he ended up losing, but it was just one of the most epic. Like, it was him versus the Lakers. Celtics versus the Lakers 2010, I believe. Celtics just won against the Lakers 2 years before that, and came down to a game 7 that Kobe, I think he shot 5 for 18 or 19. Kobe was way off. Ron Artest I think he was already meta world peace at that time. Lit it up, and it was just a dog fight. I think the final score was in the 70s. That was just one of the most memorable game sevens I've ever seen. The team I was rooting for came up on the short end, but it was a throwback NBA game. No one was calling fouls. It was very low scoring, a lot of defense, and Kobe didn't show up. Another guy that gets credit for that championship, even though he didn't show up in game 7. But God rest your soul, my friend.
Kobe showed up enough times where he can have a bad night. But yeah, he wasn't.
Ron Artest was a beast in that game 7. And I think Gasol, if I remember correctly, also kind of had a okay night, not a great night. But yeah, it was a really good game.
Who's up?
You're Joe. You're up. Number 3.
We're running out of time too. I think we're going 3 deep.
Okay, well, I got to do the sad but true 2016. I think that is probably the most famous Game 7 in NBA history. Here in Oakland, California, the 73-win Warriors couldn't quite get it done, even though they're up 3-1 in the series. And you had the old Draymond punch in the nuts to King James there, and he came back, and then he started just came back in the game 7. He was out for game 6. How did that work? Was he out game 5 or 6?
Draymond was out game.
He's out game 5. Yeah,
game 5, and then Bogut got hurt while he was out in game 5. So then it was Draymond in 6, and then game 7, Draymond couldn't
went
miss
for 30 plus.
Yeah, a 3-point sniper in game 7 all of a sudden, trying to make up for lost ground. And not enough. Kyrie Irving had that crazy shot. And then the LeBron James stupid block, on Iguodala, which I didn't want to believe was a block for the longest time. And then it still came down to the last possession with Steph Curry, who was just incredible that year. Couldn't get around Kevin Love. I have nightmares about him not being able to get past Kevin Love. He's trying to shake and bake and find some kind of 3-pointer. Just could have passed it. I don't know.
Did he pass it behind his back to the stands?
So, I mean, if you look at the history of the NBA Game 7,
I love him.
It's
him.
Yeah,
it's by far and away the most intriguing one, and that's going to go down in history. Happened right here.
Good call.
Can I say, me and Joe Flannery went to Rocket Mortgage's headquarters, and they have a whole shrine, a floor dedicated to that championship because Gilbert owns the team.
Finally, it was the first one they had in ever for Cleveland.
Yeah. First one for Cleveland?
No.
Well, the Browns won in the 60s.
For the Cavs. First one for the Cavs.
No, I know.
First one for Cleveland overall.
It's pretty starved.
They are pretty starved.
No, I think it was the first one since the Browns won with Jim Brown.
Gotcha. But was that a Super Bowl or just a league title?
I think it was a league title. They've never won a Super Bowl.
No.
Ouch.
Ouch.
It's tough. Tough sledding out there in Cleveland. Yeah, and then your football team leaves and goes to Baltimore and wins a bunch of Super Bowls, and you get stuck with this Browns version.
Right.
All right. Well,
after that,
speaking of Indians failures or Cleveland failures, I'm going to go with the Marlins 97 Game 7 over the Indians.
Nice one.
Edgar Renteria gets the game-winning hit. And that 97 Marlins team was a special team because they beat our Giants, who finally had won a National League division. Looked great. I thought they were going to handle that Marlins team. It even in that game came down to a JT Snow slide into home plate and got called out. Otherwise, that could have continued on and maybe the Giants, saved face.
That was 3, I think.
Was that the 03 Marlins one?
Yeah, the 03 with Ivan Rodriguez holding the ball up in the air.
Wrong,
that's right.
But they still lost the 97, the Kevin Brown Marlins, who they just owned us. Yeah. But that Marlins team was they were.
Lee Vaughn, I believe, was on it.
Yep.
Gary Sheffield, Jeff Conine or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Was
some good-
McGriff still on this
That was
team?
Craig Counsell. I was looking up those most impactful plays of the World Series. Craig Counsell's at bat. I think it was before Renteria. He had a sac fly that he lined to right field. That was one of the most pivotal at bats in World Series history too. You remember Craig Counsell? It was like
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Can't
And then he
forget it.
managed the.
he
Brewers.
manages my Chicago Cubs.
Does he right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was Brewers for a while now. Cubs.
nice.
All right.
Well,
Do we want to keep
Jake-
going? I mean, this is going to be long form.
There's a few left. Maybe they're not quite as
I'll do
striking
one.
as these, but
Jake,
go for
Jake,
it.
you get one. I'll do one.
All right.
Don't pick 2002. Jake's vein is popping out of his head with all these lovely memories.
Well, the 6 is the worst out of that one. Sorry guys, I'm blanking. Hold on.
All right, I'll go. I'm going to do the 2019 Nationals versus Astros. So I fucking hated the Astros. Not as much as you guys hate the Dodgers, but fucking cheaters. And they look like they're going to steamroll this poor little Sean Doolittle little Nationals team. I think they had baby Juan Soto on the team and whatnot. And they're winning, I think, 2-1 in the 7th game of the World Series. And Howie Kendrick comes up and he hits one. He's a right-handed batter. He hits one down the right field line and it hits the freaking foul pole. 2-run home run, 3-2. And I felt like that was the most lucky thing I'd ever seen. And then they go on and they win 6-2. It's just something like sometimes baseball just seems like a flip of the dice. Just something kind of a weird bounce, lucky hit, and next thing you know, you're a World Series champion.
Like a ball landing at the bottom of a wall and getting stuck in the bottom, and then it's a ground rule double, like that kind of weird shit.
It's incredible. Like the Blue Jays say they've never seen it in batting practice. Like it's just never happened.
Sometimes the baseball gods are quite cruel.
Somebody just put like a giant magnet at the bottom of the. I don't know. It's crazy.
Oh, I know what I'll throw out there. The Warriors game 7 against the Rockets when the Rockets missed like 27 threes in a row.
Good one.
When was that? 2018? 27? No, before they lost to Toronto.
2019.
2019, yeah.
So when we still had a healthy Clay and a semi-healthy KD.
I don't think KD was playing. He was like rumored. Oh no, he got hurt.
He's like powering through it.
Okay, and then they both went to shit a couple games later.
Well, yeah, in Game 6, Clay died. Has never been the same.
Right.
He's about to retire.
I've never seen anything like the choke job Houston put forth. They literally went 0 for 27.
Didn't make one.
No. Oh.
Yeah, that Houston team was scary good, and it really that was the only team that could really take down the Warriors was that team, and they had us.
Well, they were like moneyballing the 3-point thing. They're kind of a little bit ahead of the curve. They like doubled down on the 3-point thing.
Yeah.
Daryl Morey, and it's like we're just going to shoot 3-pointers.
It has to be an open layup or a 3.
Didn't make one.
Crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
I'll throw another Game 7 out there. It was last year. It's Game 7, buddy, over those same Rockets. That was
first round, huh?
First, why not?
Hey.
Why not? We're just throwing them out there now.
You didn't say which round. All right, I think that's good, huh?
Yeah, you're not going to take Ant over Jokic?
Huh?
You're not going to take Ant over Jokic 2 years ago?
Open him.
Oh, nice.
So I'm very disappointed. I miscalculated. The Steve Young and Jerry Rice rookie year is 86. So I'm going to have to make that right and find one of those packs just in case. But what I'm looking for here, folks, is a Randall Cunningham rookie card, 1987. Is that okay? We got a piece of gum. Okay, that's no good. Leo Lewis. No, we don't care about that.
Leo Lewis. Nice.
Okay. No. No.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Woof.
It's a rough pack.
No.
Tony Dorsett?
Okay. Yeah. Dorsett cuts up field. It's an action shot. Look at that
In
baby.
his like 15th year. I love it.
Oh, got a nice young boomer. Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
All
What
right.
is that? His second or third year or what?
Young boomer is he's third
He's
year.
not going to be worth anything, but yeah.
Anthony Munoz. Steve Largent for your Seattle people. He looks old as dirt there.
Dorsett and Largent, you got right in the prime.
What a pack.
Yeah, Anthony Munoz. Okay, all right, there you go.
Munoz was young back then, though, right?
I mean, how much is the offensive lineman worth? I don't think he could, an Anthony Munoz rookie card is really going to.
Can we look up the most expensive offensive lineman rookie card that you?
Yeah, what would it even be? I don't know.
But I mean, names are. I remember Orlando Pace used to be worth a lot.
That's crazy. Tony Baselli.
I mean, he was. Who else? Nate Newton.
You got one more pack, Joe?
I got one more pack. I'm not satisfied with the Anthony Munoz.
You got some kindling out of that first one. Let's get into the second one.
Got the gum stuck on here. You know, it's always nice.
I'm
while I'm
glad
doing
it's
this,
stuck on my,
what's
my
else?
goodness.
What's on the docket here for us guys? We got
What year is this?
Thursday night. We got Pepper Johnson. Okay, nobody I know.
Huge game for the Niners coming up next Sunday. Biggest game of the
Huge
year.
game for the Niners next Sunday. I thought that was LT Pepper Johnson.
The
Carl
Dubs.
Mecklenburg, Orange Crush.
If the Dubs don't beat the Phoenix Suns by 20 points at home, the season's over.
Oh, that seems like a nice card.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Great look.
What year is
Dude,
that
that's
for
a
him?
young Bruce Smith?
It has nothing on the back. So I think he came from the USFL, right?
I mean, that's still a rookie.
What year is the pack from?
Oh,
You said
a little
87?
Eric 87. Eric Dickerson.
Yeah,
Look at that look. That's a look.
Dickerson was probably a rookie in the early '80s.
Mark Gastineau for you Jets fans. These guys look so delicious.
Bruce Smith was a rookie in 85.
I mean,
In what? '85?
That is a healthy head of hair right there. Too
Yeah,
bad he's got to put a helmet on.
oh, did you see that Mark Gastineau thing with Brett Favre? That was embarrassing.
Yeah,
Anything with Brett Favre is embarrassing.
Totally.
it wasn't him who was embarrassing.
So we didn't talk about the Warriors much, but I don't really care to. I'm kind of dissatisfied with these last two losses. No Giannis losing in Milwaukee, and then lost to the 0-5 Indiana Pacers. Anything to say about it?
Yeah, they did. I watched the Pacers game very closely. They didn't play D. They were up big at the end and didn't close out. They chucked up a lot of bricks. It's not a good look, man. I'm a little worried now.
Yeah, I was all ready to be sky high on this new Kuminga look. Kuminga's playing great.
Kuminga got to the bucket at ease, by the way, and dunked on everyone.
I think I've turned the corner on this Kuminga. He looks like he's really boxing out. He's passing. He's attacking the rim. He's not taking crazy shots. I don't know what they fed him this year
at all.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like that is a huge improvement to this ball club, having him play like that. So hopefully we can get our head out of our ass and get back to it. But
the Anthony Melton.
When's he coming back?
A couple weeks.
Once we get Seth Curry and DeAnthony Melton, we'll have a 17-man roster and we'll be ready. ready to formulate a plan, I guess. I don't know. I don't see either of those two guys coming in and really making that much of an impact. Jake, I know you like the Anthony Melton, but I don't know what's going on with the Dubs. They're hit or miss. There's not a lot of consistency.
Yeah.
I had one last thought about the Giants of all things before we part. So you realize there's going to be a strike in 2027. So there's going to be the 2026 season, and then December 2026, there's going to be a collective bargaining agreement that nobody thinks is going to get resolved, at least at this time.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm thinking the Giants, they just really target post-strike activity. The Dodgers will become a little worn down, and you can just hit it hard right after the strike.
I've been hearing about the possibility of a strike for a long time. I think you need to kind of, with the new manager, you need to go balls out right away with him. Give him the best chance to win.
Get his guys in there.
Yeah, I would think so. You don't want to leave him,
Well, I mean, in general, I think the front office should go bananas and start getting as many big time free agents as possible. Get a killer bullpen. I mean, it takes a lot to win these days in the playoffs. You just load up at the bullpen, and if you don't do well, you can sell it off at the deadline. But you can't. It's hard to get those hitters to come into San Francisco. So maybe bullpen, even another starting pitcher like Skubal or something. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited about Vitello. The fact that it matters, he took the same amount of money to go manage the Giants when he had a sure thing, in Tennessee. He could be there for the next 20 years. He decided to go to the Giants.
Yeah, the guy wants to live a little.
He wants to live a little. Exactly. This is what it makes it exciting. The guy wants to come out and try and prove himself.
He seems really earnest and honest too. He doesn't seem like a bullshitter. He said, it was never my dream to be a big league manager. He said it happened. Like after I had success in college, I was like, hey, maybe I could be a big league manager, and here I am.
Yeah,
I mean, he seems like a really cool dude. I just I hope it translates.
Knoxville, San Francisco, same deal. That's got to be a big change, but whatever, he'll figure it out.
Well, he's the opposite of Bomel. He's very raw, whereas Bomel was, quiet.
Kind of behind the scenes clubhouse guy.
But they need that. I mean, Adames will vibe with that. We'll see how if Devers is hitting well, he'll probably like it. But when he's in a slump, you don't want to get next to that guy. He's an ornery fella.
Well, what's coming up, Jake? We got Thursday night. Who's attending this Thursday?
For all of the thousands of listeners following us to an hour and 20 minutes in. So we have Thursday Night Live coming up. It happens every Thursday. Zachariah's been putting out gold. We have Ham Artavan. And don't get it twisted. It's not just a recap of Thursday Night Football. We talk everything. We talk Niners. We talk Warriors. We talk
Chiefs.
High quite a bit.
Hashtag Chiefs.
Hear some NCS early 2000s talk. Yeah,
we'll be coming at you. And for anyone listening this late and needs some financial assistance, Simon Knight at Edward Jones, 510-365-2371, 510-365-2371. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe.
We are the Hum Daddies. See you next time. Hum Daddies.
Hum Daddies.